Across America, the streets are on fire, not just literally, but ideologically. Protesters in major cities are marching under one banner: abolish ICE. From Los Angeles to Houston, from Boston to Portland, what started as a reaction to aggressive ICE raids has now become a full-scale reckoning with U.S. immigration policy. At the center of this all is a powerful but deeply debated idea.
This is a United States of America. It's supposed to be for everybody.
But is America for everybody? Has it ever been? Or is it just a slogan used selectively, inconsistently, and at times irresponsibly? In today's deep dive, we unpack the protests, the politics, and the contradictions and what they say about who America is really for.
It all began in early June. ICE launched a series of high-profile raids, targeting meatpacking plants, courthouses, and even hotels.
That's not just a throwaway statement. One of the largest raids was in a meatpacking facility in Nebraska. This was no easy raid on either side. They hid all over the place, even in the walls, even in the freezers. And the agents were relentless. They ultimately detained an astronomical number of people. It might have been as many as 80.
The message? No space was off limits. In Los Angeles, ICE detained dozens outside a Greyhound terminal. In Denver, entire families were separated after a surprise apartment complex raid. Even legal residents were caught in the chaos. As the footage spread, outrage followed. Hashtags like #Noise and #America for everyone went viral. But what came next wasn't a conversation, it was combustion. By mid-June, protests erupted in city after city. Some were peaceful, others anything but. Police fired rubber bullets. Protesters threw bottles, lit fireworks, and in some cases cars. In Portland, protesters breached an ICE facility. Denver reported over 30 arrests. San Antonio officials called for reinforcements. The National Guard was deployed in 5 states. And through it all, a chant kept echoing, "America is for everyone." But that phrase meant very different things to different people. Not all protests remained peaceful. What began as a cry for justice turned, quickly, into chaos.
Oh my gosh. Who is down there? Lauren, what are you seeing and hearing? It's looking like things are getting chaotic.
A large crowd of law enforcement come out.
We have, oh my God, we have tear gas, we have fireworks going off, tear gas is in the air, people are dispersing. I can't see anything. I'm sorry, I can't see anything.
Lauren, back up if you can. We want you to be safe first and foremost. So Lauren, please gather yourself, get to safety.
Yeah.
We know we have a chopper shot that we can take as well.
Absolutely.
Can we possibly take this chopper shot here? We want to get Lauren to safety. As you can hear,
Cars torched in downtown LA. A federal facility nearly breached in Portland. Rioters using homemade explosives. By nightfall, many cities looked like war zones. Law enforcement blamed outside agitators. Protesters said it was self-defense. But the bigger question remains, if America is for everyone, who gets included in that vision? Who gets left out? On its surface, America is for everyone sounds noble, inclusive, hopeful, but dig deeper, and it becomes more than a slogan, it's a worldview. And for many Americans, a red flag. At these protests, foreign flags waved above U.S. soil. Mexico, El Salvador, Honduras. Supporters called it solidarity. Critics called it disrespect. Because here's the contradiction. Where were these crowds when Haitian migrants were whipped by Border Patrol agents in Del Rio? Where were the celebrities? The hashtags, the flames? If America is for everyone, why didn't that include Haitians? Those 2021 images were horrific.
Yeah, do you remember this? What about this one?
Black migrants on horseback, being driven back by armed agents. The images went viral. But there were no marches, no flags, no fire. And that exposes something deeper. Even within justice movements, some groups are seen, and others are simply tolerated. If the slogan is a mirror, what is it reflecting? Who do we see, and who gets cropped out? In Houston, a city rich with immigrant voices, the protest stage was dominated not by Central American speakers, but by black politicians and the NAACP.
Do you think I'm joking? That's what actually happened there.
Some saw solidarity, others saw strategy. Yes, black Americans understand state violence. But many noted that this wasn't grassroots, it was the political class. And in a protest primarily affecting Latino and indigenous migrants, the visual disconnect raised questions. Is this authentic leadership, or a stage-managed moment for media optics? Representation can be powerful, but when it replaces the very people being represented, it becomes performance. Let's talk about the distinction everyone avoids, legal versus illegal immigration. Legal immigration is hard, deliberately so. The wait is long, the cost is high, and the rules are complicated. But the answer can't just be open the gates. America has finite resources: schools, hospitals, public housing. When demand outpaces infrastructure, those already living on the margins pay the price. Working-class Americans, black, brown, and poor, experience immigration not as policy but as competition for wages, for services, for survival. And that doesn't make them anti-immigrant, it makes them observant. We're also seeing underground economies flourish, like the CDL fraud scheme in Florida.
Public corruption brought Attorney General James Uthmeier to Bay County Thursday. Officials say 2 Bay County Tax Collector's Office employees were providing undocumented individuals driver's licenses in return for compensation.
Evidence suggests that hundreds, if not more than 1,000 fraudulent driver's licenses were issued as part of this scheme.
Some people train for years to earn a credential, only to see unlicensed workers take shortcuts. And worse, there are rumors of workers conspiring to get citizens fired.
You are an immigrant. I'm an immigrant. That African American cannot work. I have Jose. I have Gonzalez, my brothers who know how to work very well. You need to fire the African Americans, and I will bring a lot of hardworking Latinos who will work for your company. This is my company.
Capitalism may reward the clever, but when breaking the rules becomes the norm, the only real rule left is don't get caught. Meanwhile, in D.C., a quiet debate is growing louder. Some lawmakers want to tax remittances, the money immigrants send home to families abroad. These transfers total tens of billions each year. Supporters say it's only fair.
But some of these representatives like, we need to tax these transfer payments. You're taking American dollars from the American system and you're sending it over to a foreign country. And we're not getting any benefit. And you're not even here legally. What?
If immigrants use public services, they should contribute. Critics say it's economic punishment on the poor. Even Mexico's president is threatening retaliation. Another border battle, but this time economic. And right on cue, celebrities are stepping in. Kim Kardashian, Ayo Edebiri, Jimmy Kimmel, using their platforms to show solidarity. But here's the irony. They live behind gates with private security in worlds untouched by these policies. Activism becomes a backdrop for brand building. To be fair, celebrity attention can help. But the question is, will they still be here when the cameras are gone? Or was this just content?
Just doing it for the gram.
So what now? The protests grow, the policies evolve. But the deeper question remains, is this a movement or just a moment? If protesters get what they want, who pays the price? Is the future of America built on principles or popularity? Whether you're an immigrant, an ally, a critic, or just someone trying to survive, know this. This moment isn't just about ICE. It's about power, profit, and the kind of country we're becoming. The people in the streets have spoken, but the last word belongs to the people at the ballot box.
A big part of that's going to be with your media advocates, so pay attention to what's going on with them.
Tear gas that, I don't want to make this all about me, but it's all in my eyes, in my face, and my throat is burning. But that is the reaction with everybody here. And that was the purpose, to get people to move, because what was going on was protesters, and I'm going to call them agitators at this point.
We have to take a nuanced approach. What's actually needed is comprehensive immigration reform. There's going to be a lot of opposition to that because the fuel of the economy is exploitation. If you made it this far, then you're not just watching, you're thinking. And that's what this channel is here for. If you have some solutions to this problem, I'd love to hear it. Drop your thoughts in the comments section. Please hit the like button if you found some value. Check out my other videos. Consider subscribing. As always, follow the truth. Catch you all in the next video.